I'm back on trail. Man, taking a zero in town is cool and it's one thing, but taking a zero at home is a whole nother level of ease and comfort. It was wonderful and really hard to leave. But the storm came, the storm went, snowed in Big Bear, and I didn't get a lick of it. It's still cold out, it's cloudy, looks kind of scary, but I'm back on trail. So thinking maybe four and a bit days to Cajon Pass, and Cajon Pass to Wrightwood. So that's what my next, week plus is looking like. And just feeling totally rejuvenated. I even got a massage. So my body is ready to get back on trail. It's cold. There's frost everywhere. And I don't want to get out of my tent. But I gotta. Everything is cold. Everything is frozen. It was cold last night. I've got huge ice cubes in my water bottle. I slept with all my layers on. I was warm. I was fine. But man, everything was just covered in a layer of frost this morning. And had a slow start just because I wanted to shake out everything. Had to let my sleeping bag dry a little bit. There was a lot of frost and condensation down towards my feet. And at least the sun's up now and it's starting to warm up a bit. But yeah, I'm just walking to get warm at this point. So I've been on trail for 3 weeks now. Pretty cool. Been loving every minute of it so far. Hasn't really felt like that long, and I've seen so much of my family, and I've been home. This whole area really just feels like my backyard, so I've just been very comfortable out here and really enjoying all of it. Today is a really mellow day terrain-wise. No steep climbs or descents. Pretty cruisy, generally downhill as well. So this is a great day to try to get some big miles in. I want to do at least 20, and I'm not too far. I think I'm probably like 30 miles away from Deep Creek Hot Springs. And I'm glad I'm not getting there today because it's Saturday. And that place can get pretty wild. So I want to get as close as I can without killing myself. And that should set me up for a nice morning soak on a Sunday morning. So we'll see what happens, but that's the plan for now. And I'm feeling good, so I'm just ready to hit some miles today. Let's go. This is where I'm headed next. I just wanted to talk a little bit about like the dynamic of people, friends, familiar faces on trail. I know in my videos it probably looks like I'm alone a lot, and kind of like when I'm hiking during the day, I am a pretty good distance from people, but I'm just constantly running into familiar faces, so it doesn't really matter where I am on the trail or if I speed up or slow down. So going into Big Bear yesterday, stopped at a store to pick up a fuel canister and ran into 3 German friends who I haven't seen for like a week and a half, 2 weeks almost, and they're a day behind me taking a rest day, so it was cool to see them. My parents dropped me off. I get back on trail and there's nobody around, so I'm just walking by myself, and 3 miles in I run into a friend who I've been hiking with for weeks. He's by himself, but he's usually with a group of like 3 other people, and so him and I just kind of hike together and get to camp. And got to camp, and there were kind of 3 or 4 people we haven't met before, so met them, and now we got more friends. So there's also like 6 other people who I've been hiking with for weeks that got on trail yesterday, same as me, and they probably didn't make it as far as I did last night, so I'm bound to run into them at some point today as well. And there's a bunch of people ahead of me that I know, so it doesn't really matter where I am. I'm not really worried about being by myself. There's good people all over the place, and it's exciting when you run into someone who you haven't seen for a long time. So you just never know who you're gonna see every day, and it's fun, it's exciting, and always makes for great company. I've just been bouncing out of really awesome forest and then desert. Like, look at this. I keep thinking I'm lost. Pretty cool though. I think I've done almost 18 miles today. It's probably, I don't know, 3:30. Just a couple more miles to go. And I'll either camp at mile 20 or maybe keep going. I don't know. See ya. All right, I hit 20 miles. I crossed the Deep Creek Bridge, and now I'm continuing on. I don't know what kind of campsites will be available, but just want to get a little bit closer to the hot spring so I can enjoy it right fresh in the morning. So, here we go. is just after 6 o'clock and I'm only 4.5 miles to Deep Creek Hot Springs. I did 25.5 miles yesterday. Personal best, most mileage ever done in a day. Almost a marathon. Super cool. My body's feeling good. And I'm just glad that I found a place to camp yesterday before breaking down. I'm just in a huge bubble of hikers right now. I think a lot of people were just waiting out that storm that hit a few days ago, and there's just a ton of people on trail. So this stretch that I'm in, there's already kind of limited spaces to camp, and I definitely hit some spots yesterday that were just full of people and had no choice but to keep walking. But I justified it because the further I go, the closer I am to the hot spring. Nonetheless, I think it's gonna be pretty crowded at the hot spring today. It's Sunday, so it's the weekend. There's a lot of hikers out here. Also just a lot of city folk get out to this hot spring on the weekends. So, could be kind of crazy, but you don't know until you go. Some other honorable mentions, hit 300 miles yesterday, super cool. And Deep Creek is freaking beautiful. God, it's awesome. Okay, I'm walking away from the Deep Creek Hot Springs and I feel like I just had a complete spa day. Hit the hot spring, cold water, hot spring, cold water, just went back and forth. I made hot coffee, my first hot coffee on trail since I've started. Usually I just throw my instant coffee in my ice cold morning water and get going. So enjoyed a nice cup of hot coffee. I stretched for a little while, took a little nap, went for a swim again, and here I am feeling refreshed and beautiful. And it just keeps getting better. If I hike about 6.5 miles, it takes me to Highway 174, 172, something like that, in Hesperia. And there's a place called the Joshua Inn, and you call them, they'll come and pick you up. They have places for campers to stay. I think they even have just like outdoor camping options, but they've got food, drinks, amenities. So I'm gonna push for that and hopefully have a beer at the end of the day. Let's just keep it going. Okay, back on trail. I've hiked about 3.5 miles this morning. But that was after, so stayed at the Joshua Inn last night, which is just a bar with a kind of dirt lot with some trees. Cost $5 to camp there. It was great. There's probably maybe 30 hikers there last night. mixing up with locals, playing cards, shooting pool, drinking beers. It was a great time. And one of the locals who lives up the hill from the bar last night invited any and all hikers to come to his house this morning and he would cook us breakfast. So we all show up and he's got his garage fully outfitted and he's making giant breakfast burritos for everybody. So what a cool way to start the morning. And gosh, they're just so nice. His name was Wing It. Him and his wife, they totally just opened up their house to us, let all these filthy hikers come in, explore around. They had horses and chickens and all kinds of cool stuff to look at, and they're just so incredibly kind. And I always try to offer them some kind of donation or tip, and they refused at all offers. So just incredibly nice. And I feel like I just don't even deserve any of that, but definitely cool to take that and see what I can do to continue to give back and support this community as well. So great day so far. It's been so leisurely this past day and a half. So continuing on, making my way to Cajon Pass. I don't know how many miles I'll do today, but I plan to arrive at Cajon Pass tomorrow morning, where I'm gonna hit the famous McDonald's. There's McDonald's and it's basically on trail, and I'm gonna hit it hard. So I just had a river crossing. I decided to lay down in the river. It's pretty hot. It's like 10 o'clock, 10:30, and hopefully there's more water sources throughout the day that I can just take a dip in, because it feels so good. Anyways, hiking on. Pretty cool section of trail here. We've got the Department of Water Resources to my left, wonderful road to my right, and just seeing some amazing things today. All right, it's almost 4 o'clock. I think it's 3:45. I've hiked almost 15 miles today. Had a little bit of a late start because breakfast. And we just walked around and through Silverwood Lake. And we've got about 5 or 6 miles to go before we're gonna start looking for a campsite. So it's probably gonna be about a 20-mile day. And then McDonald's tomorrow. Very excited about that. It is that golden hour time of day where daylight is fleeting and I am racing to get to camp. It's still not too late, so I'm not in the biggest rush, but I do love that feeling where you're just trying to squeeze every last drop out of the day and every last drop out of your body. Working myself like a cowboy works his horse. Definitely sore, my knees, my ankles, my feet, but close to camp, eat a lot of food, you lay down on the ground, and you wake up, and you do it all over again. this is my new life. I like it. Hello. It was a wet morning. I just woke up. Everything was pretty soaked. I wasn't expecting so much condensation. We were in like a pretty consistently breezy spot last night, but I think some clouds or fog must have just rolled over the top of us. And when you wake up so wet, you just have to take your time and kind of let stuff dry out, and it gives you a late start. But anyways, got everything packed up. 6 miles, well, less than that now, to McDonald's. The trail literally goes straight there. I've been thinking about this for days. It's a monumental day on the PCT. I see the promised land. Okay, I just went to the gas station and got my resupply to get me another like day and a half to Wrightwood. I didn't need a lot of stuff, so I just kind of got the essentials. I got munchies, trail mix, 2 packets of donuts for $3, 2 kind bars just to be healthy, big ol' complete cookie, and a tall can of Coors Banquet. That's my resupply. Goodbye, Macca's! I love you! It is so cold and gross. Just nasty out. This might be the first time I don't want to get back on trail.